One of the things that we set out to achieve was the darkness that you can relate to in real life. Not video game darkness, not video game nighttime, not even Hollywood movie nighttime.
The ocean of darkness, we really wanted to wrap the player in this feeling where it's so dark and it's so high contrast that the player can't trust their surroundings.
No More 2 is a permadeath horror co-op game. A game where you start in the dark. A game where it's all about finding loot, gearing up, and finding more players as you pursue your goal in the center of the map, complete your mission, and ultimately save humanity.
You're starting in the dark, it already gives you that tension, where's the enemy, where are my allies? And it allows us to make light a resource, so everything that you do attracts zombies to you, and also lets your friends know where you're at.
And the players slowly gear themselves up as they move through the map, finding more weapons and supplies, until they finally reach the power plant, where things have gone absolutely critical and it is hell on earth. The tension is at its highest point and the pressure can really be felt. The music, the ambience, the environment, the imposing nature of the plant itself all come together to really make you feel the critical nature of the situation.
Really making sure that this feels like an intense cooperative experience. You need some stakes. There needs to be consequences for failure, and that's where permadeath comes in, where we got really inspired by some roguelike games and the notion of always re-rolling almost a new build and trying out new things with your character, getting invested in them, but then ultimately them meeting their fate and you restarting with then more options at your disposal. There are some social dynamics at play where there's no hostility between players, but you might have your own agenda, you might want to complete your own goals. Will your group want to do? Maybe there are competing strategies. The consequences of your actions, like socially relevant actions, making sure that that has a big impact on the match.
So you're, right in the middle of rural Pennsylvania. There's this power plant that, the infrastructure is failing, it's malfunctioning, it's causing this ripple effect amongst, regions in the rest of the map. You have an area of the map where the power plant malfunction has caused a sluice gate to overflow, and that's kind of caused a flood in one area. You have another region of the map where the malfunction at the power plant has caused electrical infrastructure to burst and cause a wildfire that's taken out much of the forested area.
All of the objectives are based on iconic movie horror scenes, so players spend about half their time in the early match running through the woods in the darkness just looking for any civilization, like rural gas stations or cemeteries around a church in the swamp, and you have to restore the infrastructure there. So that it's actually a really dramatic effect where the map starts in almost total darkness, and as players complete objectives, they turn those lights on, which signals to other players where they are, and that's how they group up together. It's like a co-op game with consequences. And the fun becomes, how long can I survive the zombie apocalypse?
I'm Louis Bodel, Art Director on the Precinct, here to talk you through your beat as the ACPD's newest recruit. Welcome to the Rotten Apple. Good police work starts on the ground. Everything from parking infractions to vandalism to bank heists is procedurally generated in-game, so you never know what the day will bring. Your cruiser is the best way to patrol the city, but be ready to hit the streets on foot if things get loud. In this town, that happens all too often. When you've caught your mark, you'll need to follow procedure to make sure you handle the interaction appropriately. They could be a good citizen who made an honest mistake or a career criminal wanted for multiple offences. That's not to say you can't stop for a bite to eat every once in a while. Call-outs can happen at any time, so you'll need to be ready to respond. Not everyone will react positively when you arrive on the scene, but you've got a variety of methods at your disposal to resolve the situation. Let your partner handle the paperwork. It's time to gear up for the next mission. You'll unlock new equipment in the armory as you gain experience. Tonight, we're taking to the skies on a helicopter patrol. You'll need to keep the spotlight trained on the perp to bring down their resistance meter while coordinating the ground response with the support member. You can call in squad cars, spike strips, roadblocks, and more to help you bring them to justice. You can, of course, get involved in chases more directly. Call in the same support from your car, and don't worry too much about dodging these carefully placed piles of fruit crates.
Oops!
Sometimes, though, what's needed is a good old-fashioned foot chase. Don't worry, dispatch is standing by to assist if you need backup. Regardless, you'll need to make use of the city's geography to catch up with criminals and hold your own in a firefight. With the final perp booked, you're ready to end the day's shift. Averno's citizens will sleep a little safer for your efforts until tomorrow. Try your hand at policing the procedurally controlled world of the Precinct.
James, would you love me if I had an ugly shell? Or a shell like that one?
Would I love you if you had a guy's shell? That's your question?
Or if I didn't have a shell at all?
Hi, my name is Michal Napora, and I'm the community manager at Critical Hit Games. We are a small team based in Poland, and in today's Dev's Diary, we're excited to show you a first look at the gameplay of Nobody Wants to Die. We have been working on the Nobody Wants to Die project for 4 years. From the very beginning, we wanted to create a narrative game, combining a cinematic, twist-filled story with intriguing mechanics and gameplay that creates the most immersive experience possible.
All units, code 305. Prohibition violation at intersection of...
Breaking news. The president today signed into law a controversial bill reducing the age limit for free body subscriptions, despite earlier promises to the contrary.
Kara, how you feeling?
Ready to get back in the saddle, Chief. I sent you the papers.
My hands are tied. Officially.
Yeah? So unofficially, I'm all ears.
You'd be doing a favor for a guy whose signature trumps every test and commission out there.
Here we see a very key moment in the story when our character, James Kara, a hard-boiled police detective, gets an under-the-table job. And as support, he's assigned a young, ambitious liaison officer named Sarah.
No, fuck that! No way. Forget it, Chief.
You're already on the line. James, Sarah Kai. Sarah, James Kara.
Oh, I'm reading up on Green. Holy fuck, you know who this guy is?
Green's been shaking down the city for 200 years.
This was supposed to be an accident.
Let's pull the Icarite and get out of here.
Green was an extremely powerful figure in this world order. He held a huge amount of influence over the last 200 years, a titan of the privileged top 1%.
The Icarites melted.
So, that's his insurer's problem.
Sarah, he's dead.
What? Like, you mean final death? Dead? Well, just, I mean, fix it. Just reconstruct it or something. Just do something, James.
Omega code 112358. Suspected murder.
This is an extremely rare case of final death. Icarite is a technological advancement that stores human consciousness, allowing it to be transferred between bodies or stored in a memory bank.
Oh, I am in deep, deep shit. Look, he's hanging from a fucking tree.
What was that?
Incomplete. Warning. Warning. Overheating.
Creators of BLIGHT. In this clip, we'll take a closer look at posture, a crucial system that allows the player to effectively restrain and eliminate enemies. When a player breaks the posture of an enemy or catches them off guard, a small window of opportunity presents itself. Here, the player has the option to grab or perform a tackle. The effectiveness of this system depends on what type of weapon or honor the player decides to use.
stop warming your balls and get over here. Hey, are you listening to me?
Sure, I am.
You're hearing me. You ain't listening.
Leave off, Granger.
Look at him, or I'll make you.
Boy, calm down, will you? All right, I'm looking.
What did I say then, eh? Keep looking.
Norway, 802 AD. A land ruled by petty kings and jarls. Craftspeople, farmers, seafarers, merchants and warriors band together in settlements for protection and company. They honor gods of fertility and courage, thunder and war.
Get back, you sons! Horse!
Life is hard on this mountainous strip of land facing the grey, storm-tossed Wales Road.
What kind of asshole place is this?
Outlaws haunt the mist-shrouded forests. Raiders prowl the coast like wolves of the sea. Men kill for silver and revenge, for honor and reputation. It is a time when legends are forged in the fires of conflict, and those who have gone before look down from the mead benches of Odin Allfather. This is the dawn of the Viking Age. This is Norse.
In the heart of the sleeping forest, a murmur spreads. The first rays of sunlight awaken a community ready for action. The ants. With the end of hibernation comes a new set of challenges. Collect resources, secure outposts, fortify our queen's territory, and follow her plans for this new season. Welcome to the fascinating empire of the ants. Play as 103-683, an inquisitive ant in a world of unsuspected dangers. Your mission? Defend your colony against rival kingdoms and expand the borders of our queen's empire beyond known lands. But remember, the strength of your people lies in unity and strategy. In this exciting strategy game, every decision counts. Research technologies, train the right legions, and choose which one to send into battle first. New threat is on the way. Gather your forces, plan your strategies, and defy the dangers that threaten your home. So, prepare to embark on an epic adventure like no other, in a world never seen, where the fate of millions lies in your sole hands.
Just like certain monster slayer, a skillful character in Pioneer needs 2 guns, one for killing monsters and another for punishing teammates or, rarely, other players. You can enhance your weapons or modify your equipment on the workbench, but every step of it consumes resources. Weapons can be modified more comprehensively by upgrading a submachine gun to a machine gun, for example, or by just adding modules which increase your weapon stats on the move. Upgrading the most interesting and powerful equipment demands unique blueprints and resources. And that's the catch. The rarest of the loot can be found only on the right part of the island. The right part of the Pioneer Island consists of 2 regions, the Midlands and Shadowlands. These territories are home to PvPvE zones and clan wars. The gameplay here feels more like survival. Another player encountered here is likely to be an enemy, and the local creatures are decidedly more dangerous and ferocious. These 2 regions lack quests and are much less forgivable with regard to the players. You can lose all the resources you've spent time and effort gathering. At the same time, your death in a regular PvE zone will cost you just some polish on your equipment and a little bit of your pride. Your typical gameplay on the right part of the island looks something like this. You're gathering resources or joining your clan members to seize the production point. When you've gathered enough, you're trying to reach a safe zone using one of the suggested paths. Along the road, you're exploring some more unexplored places. Also, there are no guides on the right part of the island, so no fast travel for you. By the way, fast travel in Pioneer is possible with the help of the guides only. In addition to PvP, MMO fans will enjoy our raids and world bosses adapted to the realities of MMO FPS. After all, it would be fun to see how familiar activities look in unfamiliar conditions, wouldn't it? Pioneer is a unique experiment. The further you delve into the depth of the island, the more the game transforms, transitioning from a role-playing adventure to an intense survival experience. We'd love to tell you more, but unfortunately, we'll have to do it in due time.